I'm Tia Borden with MiningIR. It's day one of the Minds and Money conference here in London. With me is Brad Rourke, President and CEO of Scottie Resources. Brad, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You came all the way from BC as well.
I did.
How was the flight here?
Well, I did the red eye on Sunday night thinking I'd be smart, and I couldn't sleep last night, and so I only had about 2 hours sleep. I just could not get... So the flight was great. Well, I'm feeling very tired.
Well, you know what? London will keep you on your toes. We are day one. So can you tell us, obviously there's a lot on the go. Last couple of years have been a little challenging with the global pandemic, but you have been busy. You have a couple of projects on the go. Can you tell us about that?
Correct, sure. So we operate up in northwest British Columbia in the Golden Triangle, and basically centered around a past-producing mine that produced in the early 80s. Scottie Gold produced 16.2 grams per ton and shut down only purely because of economics. So I'm in my 7th year now with this project, and for the first 3 years was more consolidating lands and modeling and just taking an old mine that existed in bankers' boxes and did all that unsexy stuff that you have to do that the market won't care about to get ready to do our initial drill program was in 2019, and the market was still interested then. But then my 2020 program in 2021, we kept ramping up. We did 2,000 meters, then we did 7,000, and last season we did 14,000 to a very uninterested market. But for our home team, lots of success, just in a time when nobody cares. So, it's character building, but things could be worse for sure. So we're happy, and we've been able to fund ourselves, and so we're no one duress that way, just frustrated when you look at the tape at the stock market.
And I'm sure, many other people were facing those same challenges.
Oh, it's a ship of fools here. We're all in the same boat. Nobody cares about any of us. So it's all in good company, and so there's a lot of good companies out there that are facing the same challenges we are, and it's survival of the fittest. So we just you know what you know, and keep your head down and just work. And I can't control the stock market, but I can control what we do.
Now going into 2022, what are you most excited for?
Well, up until last season, we had theories and we were on the hunt. We were hunting. We had about 4 different zones, and we were proving out the Scottie asset, which is, we have a relative degree of confidence that we can expand that. But we're also looking at 3 other zones, just hunting, so to speak. Well, last year, I think we tagged into something. We call it the Blueberry Zone. We're no longer hunting. So we had extreme success. And so what I'm really excited about is we're going to continue drilling at Scottie for sure, but we're no longer chasing veins, and we've been chasing these high-grade veins for the last few years. But the situation at Blueberry is it's a contact situation where the sediments and the volcanics and where those 2 pieces of rock come together. This is where the gold is being trapped, so it's a lot easier than chasing veins that moving around and pinch and swell. And so we're really excited to we validated that theory last season with great success, and this year we'll do double what we've drilled on Blueberry in 3 years. So we have a high degree of confidence that we're onto something good, and we're really excited to get at it.
Lots to look forward to.
Yes.
Brad, tell me about the team behind you.
Sure. So Thomas Mumford kind of leads the team, and I stole him. He was the program head for BCIT, and I met him on our project 2017 when we were relogging core, like again all this unsexy stuff, and so he had his summers off, and so he'd always go into the field, and so it just didn't make sense why he was in academia. And I said, well, Thomas, why are you in academia? And he goes, well, every time I graduated there's a downfall, like a downturn in the industry, and so he got his PhD in 2012. So again, the market turned on him. He started teaching a course at BCIT, ended up being the program head. He was on my relogging program, and I could tell he was really liked the geology, and so he kind of worked part-time for me for that 1 year, and I paid him, and then he left BCIT, and he's been working full-time with us for 4 years now. So so we're really happy to have him. And then, young PhD, has been graduating all the mine engineers and geologists for the last 7 years. He was also be able to help that team put together. He knew who was good and who wasn't, right? So he's a millennial, and so I recognize that, and so the team that we've built under Thomas, nothing short of fantastic, and yeah, they're all with us consistently for the last 4 years. We pretty much have a consistent team so they know the rocks, and that's important, right? Rather than bringing fresh people in, and geology is unique everywhere. So these people have the experience, and they're all excited to be back working with us. So we've got a good team. It's fun. Yeah.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your sustainability platform?
Well, on a sustainability side, people would be excited, or if you're checking that ESG box or what be it, I'm a brownfield site because it's a past producing mine. So we're already permitted. It's an old mine permit situated with it. So you're not going to go through all that hardship as you would with the government going through that. Also, one of the reasons I got involved is I was living in a little town called Smithers, right close to the area. And that's where Pritium's operations office was. So there's a hydropower line going right beside the Scottie gold mine. And so when they were building that power line, I was going, past producing gold mine, hydropower. And those were the two things that got me initially excited about this. And that would have been in 2015-16. Well, that power line's in. Bruce Jack is now in production. And we work in Nisga'a territory, of which, because I've lived in the area, these are people I know personally, and I'm one of the few CEOs. I know Rob McLeod, and the McLeods are from Stewart, but I mean, I'm kind of one of the only guys who'd have raised their families in the area, and
which has a great impact.
It does. I think it makes things easier, not to take things for granted, but with the local community, but 33% of our workforce is from the local community. So we're having no issues, and it seems to be working fine so far.
So far, knock on wood.
You never take things for granted, but we're blessed right now for sure.
Amazing. Now, you're here for the next 2 days. What are you hoping to gain from being at this conference?
Well, this is a exercise of just keeping in front of people, keeping informed. I mean, it's good to come to London, see the UK market. There's a lot of financial stuff that happens in London, and even though there might not be participating with me or anybody else, you just got to make sure your story is in front of them. And I'm having great reception. It's like, some of these meetings, it was the second, third time. I was just in London 4 months ago and went to Germany, and so it's just reconnecting with people and making sure they know we're still alive, we're still motivated, we're still working.
After coming off of the 2 years where we weren't able to have face-to-face interactions, it's really refreshing to be here and in front of people again.
It is, and because we did so many Zoom calls, but it's almost like then you see someone, you almost give them a hug, right? Like it's interesting because you've had a couple Zoom calls in the past, so it's almost like you know each other and the ice is broken, or so. Yeah.
Now we can at least drink to that and have
That's right.
Cheers a glass of wine, which
That's
is
right.
lovely. Brad, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Well, I appreciate your time. Have a great day. All right.